our life searching for the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Such a waste of existence.
Anxious earth is rising. Anxious earth is rising.
We spend our life searching for the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Waste of existence.
Oh, hey. Hey, Double Tribble here. Yeah. Hey, this is Ron. Double Tribble channel. My name is Ron. I live in New Hampshire. I stream science. And what else do I stream? Animals. Sometimes I'm even prepared for my stream. Occasionally you'll see that. Yeah, I live in New Hampshire, surrounded by forests and animals and all kinds of stuff. But I stream science and film and miscellaneous things. I'm vegan, so I talk about that sometimes. I'm Neuro-D, so you might notice that. Today, I didn't really plan out that much. I was just going to do like a show and tell mostly, and kind of follow up on my last stream. The last stream I did made a website. I got tired of YouTube, taking down my stuff for no reason. So I said, oh, I'll make my own website. So that's what I did last stream. Made my own website, like a YouTube website, and did it with AI. Used AI to do that, which was really cool. I like everybody, right? I played with AI a little bit, but I never really used it to like write a whole like a program, to write software. So that was kind of cool to experiment with that, and it worked pretty well. I made a program, and I got my website going. So doubletribble.com, it's out there. You should be able to see it now. But I wanted to like maybe follow up on that, maybe make some more tweaks to it or whatever. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. And yeah, show and tell. I've been doing a lot of repairs and stuff, so that's kind of like. Oops, we got my stream kind of froze there for a second. Yeah, I've been doing repairs. I still got more stuff. I'm kind of I like repairing things rather than buying new things. try to keep the for the climate, you know. So and also because it's cheaper, right? It doesn't cost as much to repair stuff. And I'm retired. I got the time. Not really, but anyway, it's fun to do. I enjoy repairing things sometimes. So I've been repairing things. I fixed my mic. I did some stuff to my mic. See my mic? I used to have a. Anyway, I changed the way this whole mic thing works, and I put some heat shrink tubing on here, made it look a little bit nicer. So this is all homemade. This is just a lavalier mic, and the rest of this is all. I've got a whole. Can you see the stand here? No, I don't think that's. You can see that. There. See, it's got a stand and everything. It's kind of I can't move my camera that much. But anyway, I took an old lamp stand, one of those lamps that you clip on the side of a desk and you can adjust it, one of those things. And it broke years and years ago, a couple of decades ago or a decade ago or whatever it broke. I bought it used at at a garage sale or something somewhere. And eventually it broke, and then, but it was hanging around for a long time, and then I finally just put it to use as a mic stand, and I've been kind of improving it a little bit as we go along. But I got this little mic, so yeah, when you start out, right, you start out with what you got, and I got a small mic right now, but maybe someday I'll have a big mic. Who knows? So anyway, I fixed that up a little bit. Repaired my mic a little bit. What else did I repair? This light here. I got a light. What did I do? I was going through something and I found this. This is one of those lights it's an LED light, that you plug in. It's got a USB. You plug it into your computer, USB, and then it has a light on it. And so when all the other lights are off in your house, you've got a little light you can light up your keyboard or your work area with or whatever. And so I was using it, and it just, the little LED that it had in there was crap. It didn't light up anything. It was very dim, and it was getting dimmer and dimmer too. It was, I don't know if you've ever, these cheap LEDs from China that, you're running them for a few hours and they get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. So that wasn't working. So I got this other LED, and I said, I know these LEDs are really bright. These, I don't know what it is. It's just a brighter LED. And then when I started testing with it, I'll show you if it works. I don't know if I can just, no, that's not going to work. Let's see here. I don't know if this is going to work either. Might have to lift can you see that? Let me lift my computer up a little bit. So I plugged it into my computer here, see? And when I experimented around with it, before I changed it out, I said, "Oh shit, it's a red LED," and I said, "Oh, perfect," because red is a color that you use when you want to maintain your night vision. So that worked out pretty cool to have a red LED for my on my keyboards at night when I have all the lights off and stuff. So that was pretty cool. So I did that. So I went in there and I took this apart and cut the old LED off, soldered this one in, and it fit just perfectly in there. I didn't even have to glue it or anything. And I attached this little reflector on here. I don't know, that's kind of a kludge right now. I don't know, maybe I'll do something a little bit better, make it look nicer or something. But anyway, that was one thing that I repaired. So that was one thing. And what else did I do? I did I completely rewired my network. My network, it's kind of grown organically, I've added things and moved things and it's been failing, and I've been tripping over the wires, and it's just been, I said, okay, fine, I'm going to redo this whole thing. So I took the whole thing down and wired and did the whole thing. And I ended up here. Let me show you what I'm going to step back here. I want to show you something. What's this crap here? Look at this. This is all extra wire. When I rewired my network and took out the wire that I didn't need, I ended up with all this extra wire. Look at all this extra wire that I have. All these extra Ethernet cables and stuff that I had. It's just because it had grown organically. It had grown organically, you know. And so instead of having, you know, and I just kind of put the computers wherever, and so I ended up like running wires, you know, here and back and here and back, and you know, and it was just a big mess. So I moved a few things around and shortened some wires and recut them and did it and all. And anyway, so I think it's more reliable. It hasn't messed up so far. Too bad, as far as I know. So, did we may have had an ad here. I don't know how the ads work. I put up the ad manager here, and it's so I may have if you know, I'm sorry about the ads anyway. So we're gonna have ads on the live thing, on the live feed. If you're watching on the VOD, it's not a big deal. They don't put the ads into the VOD, so. And you can watch my VODs on doubletribble.com. So if you want to watch this VOD, you know, you don't have to watch it on some billionaire's thing. You know, you don't have to watch it on YouTube or Twitch or wherever the VOD is. You can watch it on doubletribble.com, and guaranteed no billionaire is going to get any money from that. So yeah. Anyway, got the network one. What else did I do here? I got that little lamp with the red light. Oh, mouse repair. This mouse. I really love this mouse. I bought this mouse. I forget, a few months ago. 6 months ago. I don't know. But I really like it. It's a wireless mouse. You see that? One of these wireless. You know, it's got a little thing you plug into a USB and it communicates, you know. I think it does Bluetooth too or whatever. Anyway, it's wireless, so that's cool. And this little the little ball here, I mean, I hardly have to clean it. It's very reliable and it doesn't stick or anything. It's been very good. And ergonomically, it's really good. But about a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I don't know. It started messing up on the scroll button. This little scroll here. Let me adjust the camera here so you can see it. It's the scroll wheel here. You know what a scroll wheel looks like, right? But let me zoom in on it so you can see it. How's that? Can you see that? Is that zoomed in? There we go. So the little scroll button here was not scrolling. I'd scroll it, you know, and it was like intermittent. And not only was it intermittent scrolling, but it was the haptic feedback, the feel of it was not. I couldn't feel it. You know how when you scroll the mouse button, you feel the little clicks in it, and I couldn't. It was intermittent. Sometimes it would click, sometimes it wouldn't. So I knew from that it wasn't a software problem. It was a hardware. It was something in my mouse. So if you have a problem with a mouse, and you don't have it, and the scroll bar is not working right, or it's working intermittently, and you can't feel the clicks, or the clicks are intermittent on it, then it's your mouse. Is there something in your mouse? And what I found out what it is, most likely, if you have that problem, the mouse, the wheel, is composed of a piece of plastic. Can you see that really good? There's a plastic wheel, and then over the wheel is a rubber thing, almost like a grommet or a rubber band or something like that. But it's a piece of rubber, and you can peel it off here. Let's see if I can do that here without messing things. This is the mouse I'm actually using for my thing. But see how you can peel that up a little bit? You can pull it up a little bit. And what happened is that this rubber that goes over the wheel, it was just sliding on the wheel. It wasn't gripping good enough. There was no friction, and it was just so when I was moving the wheel, it was moving the rubber thing, but it wasn't moving the wheel. The rubber thing was just sliding around the wheel. So that was an easy fix, right? I ended up taking the thing apart, but you don't have to do that. All you have to do is just take this rubber thing on your mouse and pull it back. You can use a pair needle nose pliers or whatever you got, and pull it back enough so that you can just put a little drop of glue in there, and then put it back, and then you're all set. And maybe do that in a couple of different places, but you got to be careful. Don't use super glue. I mean, you can use super glue, but make sure you just use a toothpick to apply it or something. You don't want to just drop super glue onto a wheel like that on a mouse, because it'll end up getting everywhere and mess it all up, right? Because super glue does that. But you can use any kind of glue. It doesn't have to be super glue. You can use just any kind of paste, anything. You probably make your own out of flour, right? Flour and water. I mean, any kind of glue will work. And you just put it in there a couple places, and then you're all set. So that's how you fix your mouse. If you got a mouse that where the scroll wheel doesn't work. So fixed my mouse. Am I still in focus here? I was messing up my focus here. Let me give it a little bit. Sorry about that. Let me. That's pretty good, actually. All right, that's good. All right, good enough. So that was another repair I did, and then what else did I do? The website. Yeah, I did a bunch of stuff on the website. And my mic stand. What else did I do? I guess that was it. I have another thing that I was going to do that I didn't do. Let's see. Oh yeah, that light that I did, that USB light, that red USB light. I kind of fixed that up so it would be so I didn't have to plug it right into the computer. I could plug it into an adapter and have that set in the right place where I wanted it and stuff. Let's see, what else did I do? So yeah, the website, and there was something else that I did, and I can't remember what it is now. Anyway, I just did a few things. Planting. It's spring, right? So I do a lot of stuff in the yard, making the garden, pulling weeds, doing all that kind of stuff. My video is freezing on the on my receiving computer, but it's not freezing on my sending computer. So I don't know if you guys are seeing it, seeing my stuff properly or not. Let me see if I can do a little troubleshooting here. I don't want that. I hope the stream is working. Everything says that I'm working okay. The stream is working okay, but let me just make sure. A few clicks here to get to the thing. They got a little troubleshooting thing that streamers can use to see if their stream is working right and stuff. So it's irregular, but it says that it's excellent still. So I don't know. It's hanging up though. Let me know if you're not getting a good video on this thing. You put something in chat about that. Let's see. So yeah, some of the things I did on the I guess I can show that off, right? I can show you my my website, how it ended up. I showed a little bit last time. Oh, I could have shown it loading here. Let's see here. It takes a few clicks to get this, get it up here. There we go. All right, so there's my site. It doesn't load as fast as it should. You know, that's one of the things. Let me make it small enough that you can see it here without. There we go. Is that better? That's better. Okay. Let me reload it here and see if it does the same thing here. Okay, that it reloaded instantly, but when the first time you load it, when the images aren't cached, it takes time for this. It looks like it's taking a long time for this image here, my banner, to load. You know, it takes about two seconds or so, and it kind of it fills from the top to the bottom. It doesn't have that interlace load, so it just doesn't look. It seems like it's taking forever to do it, and the reason that it's doing that is because it's loading. I've got 75, I think it is, 4 times 15, 60 videos on one page here, plus the banner. So it's loading all of these thumbnails at the same time. When the script that the computer wrote, it was actually loading the videos on each one, and that kept crashing my computer and everything. That was really messed up. So I fixed that so it wouldn't load all the videos, preload. I told it not to preload the videos, just the thumbnails on the thing. Oh, we got an ad starting, so that's okay. I'm just going to keep going. So that was a thing. And that was pretty easy to fix. But what I want to do is, because it's loading the banner and it's loading 60 thumbnails all at the same time, it takes a while, unless you have a really fast connection, and it's probably limited even by my server, and stuff. So I need to optimize that. And I found a thing called lazy loading. There's a thing called lazy loading. There's lazy loading and eager loading. You can say which one you want on on elements on your HTML. And so if you set the thing to lazy loading, it will only load the image when it's needed. It won't. It's so like if I have the website like this, it'll load the banner. It'll load these ones down here that are visible, but the ones further down, it won't bother loading those until it has time. Until these other ones are loaded. And then as you scroll down, then it will load the additional ones. And that might be better. In fact, what I could do is set the banner to eager, and set these first, 4 or 8 videos or something to eager. Then those will all load when the page loads first, and then the rest of them will just be, as needed. And I think it will load a lot faster that way, because I took this image here. That was another thing I did. I changed this image. It was it was cutting off here. I don't know what happened, but it was cut off, so I had to re-edit this thing and spent way too much time trying to get that to look nice. It's still even cut off here in the top and the bottom, but I don't think that's on all pages. I don't think it's like that on all browsers, so I don't know. Anyway, so that's something I want to do, and I think I changed the sizes of thumbnails. The original script just took the thumbnails at the size that they are, which is, what is it? If it's HD, it's 1920 or 1280 by 720. You know, I mean, it's a big, relatively high resolution, bulky image, and you don't need that for this little thumbnail, right? You only need 1/5 of that or something, or whatever it is. If you compare the size of your whole screen to this little thing that's on the screen, it's tiny, right? So the original script was taken in just grabbing thumbnails from the video and storing them as JPEGs, but storing them in full size, so they're big, bulky images. And I think I cut that down. That's something I can do tonight if I can think of it or remember it or whatever. If I didn't already do it, I think I did it. I don't remember. But that helps on performance. And what else? There are a few things in there. It was. I think I told the AI to set it up so that it would grab an image from 8 minutes in, and if the video was shorter than 8 minutes, then just halfway through the video or something like that. I can't remember what it was, which was okay, but I changed that too, because it's on longer videos. Most of my streams I spend 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever just talking, at the beginning, because that's what you do, right? You waste time at the beginning of the thing until people come to your stream, and then you get into what you're talking about, and which means that all the thumbnails are just me. The same thing. It's just me sitting there, So I changed that so that it would go a little bit further into the video to snatch a thumbnail. And then another thing I did is to set it up so that I could, if I didn't like the thumbnail that it grabbed, I just delete that JPEG and run the thing again, and then the JPEGs that are there, it won't grab another thumbnail, right? It'll just take whatever the thumbnail is currently there. But if there is no thumbnail, then it will reload it. And I set it up so that instead of loading the same one each time, it would be a random frame, within a range, within 10 to 20 minutes or whatever. It would just take a random frame somewhere. That way I can, look at all the thumbnails, and if I don't like one in particular, I can just delete it and just go through them all, through an image browser or whatever, and just go through them all and delete the ones I don't like, and then run the script again, and then those ones that I deleted would be redone, and if I don't like them again, then I can delete them, and that way I can just kind of over time end up with some better thumbnails. It's not the same thing as what YouTube gives you 3 choices, and then you pick one. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. And they have they've over time they've developed an algorithm that tries to pick frames from your video that are compelling or whatever. I mean, the real big YouTubers, just make up their own thumbnails, right? They do a graphic, and they follow some formula to try to get more clicks on their video or whatever. I don't know. So I'm just telling it to grab a random thumbnail in there, a random frame out of the video. So I guess what I can do is, what do we got? 10 minutes until an ad comes. Yeah, I can talk about this some more. So that was another thing I wanted to do, but layout wise and everything, I mean, it looks good, right? This looks like a pretty, it's not that bad for just telling it to run, to having an AI do the thing, and then me put a little bit more time into it to tune it up a little bit. And this is what we got, and it was up within 24 hours. I had a site that's comparable to what YouTube has, basically. I mean, there are a few, they have a few extra features that, most people don't use. I don't use, stuff like that. And they're basically features that are designed to make their site sticky and make you use only their site. You know what I mean? You say, oh, use our editor, use it, we have this music you can put in there and blah, 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 and you do those things, but then you find out that once you've used those features, you're stuck with their site. You can't take your video somewhere else because you lose all those features. So, there's, no use using that kind of stuff. And I could just, if there are any features that I want, I can add them to my own website if I want them. And like one of the things I was thinking about adding, there's a feature on YouTube where if you set up your settings right as a user, when you mouse over, hover over a video, mouse over it, it will play the video kind of, without sound, and it will play, really fast, or, multiple frames through the video, to kind of give you a feel for what it looks like. You know what I'm talking about, right? You take your mouse, you get it, you go to YouTube. Here, I'll just bring up YouTube and we'll show you what it looks like. YouTube. Okay, YouTube isn't going to load. Look at that. My site loads 20 times, 100 times faster than this does. All right, because it's so bloated, they got all this crap in there. Let's see if these do that. There we go. See, it plays a little bit. When you hover over it, it tries to play the video a little bit. So it used to play like not just a full video, but like it only plays a little bit of it. Okay, or maybe that's the whole video. That's a short. Let's see here. Okay, oh, it plays quite a bit. It's hard to tell what it's doing here. This is Magic Monday. This is Chan the Magic Man. Everybody go follow Chan. He's a Twitch streamer, and he puts his videos up, his Magic Monday videos up on YouTube. Pretty soon after he does his Magic Mondays. So everybody go give him a follow and give him a subscribe to his YouTube also. Well, it looks like they're playing quite a bit of the thing. So I guess they just play the video. I thought when you moused over it, maybe they changed it. It used to be where you'd mouse over and it would just like show, frames like a GIF of frames or something. So I don't know. This is different than whatever. That would be hard. This would be harder for me to do, to just play the thing. When you mouse over it, whatever. But what I was thinking is just take and make a GIF out of it, like a 60 frame GIF. Out of you know, a sequence of frames like every minute or once a minute or something like that, just to give you a feel for what it looks like. You get the first hour of it or whatever. If you mouse over it, then it would show you 60 frames of the thing over an hour time, and then you get an idea of what's in there. And that would be pretty easy to do, I think. Maybe we could do that tonight. I don't know. All right, do we do the ad yet? Oh, we still got 5 minutes for the ad. That starts in 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't care about the ads. We'll just do this. All right, so what I'm going to do here, in order to do this, I think I have to shut down my my server if I'm going to work on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut down the server, or at least this website, and then we'll get into it, and then I'll just start making changes to it, and we'll just work on it a little bit. And if anybody has any questions, you can ask me. And if you're not live, if you're just watching on a YouTube or watching on my website, if you're watching the video and you have questions, you can leave a comment on YouTube, or I guess I should put a contact here. I don't use my Mastodon account. I don't even use that, so I don't know. Yeah, YouTube is you put a YouTube comment on the video. That's probably the best way to do it. Or you can whisper me on Twitch if you have a Twitch account. I'll put a contact on here. I'll put a contact at the bottom of this web page somewhere with an email or something if you wanted to contact me that way too. Maybe I'll do that too. So if you have questions or anything like that, you can do that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a be right back here on this Twitch thing. And while I'm messing around, hopefully I don't lose the stream. I might lose the stream. I'm not sure of how that's going to work. But I'll shut down the website and try to get it configured so I can actually work on it. Is that gonna work? Yeah, I think that will work. All right, so I'll be right back. This will take about a few minutes. We've got 3 minutes until the ad starts, so hopefully after the ads, I should have everything configured here properly. So we'll be right back. Let's see. Okay, so I think let's see if I'm still here on still streaming or not with that. I'm not sure if I'm still going or not. Yeah, oh, it's still going. Okay, amazing. All right. So my website, I think, well, it's yeah, it's there, but you won't be able to see anything. I mean, you'll just be able to see the main page. You won't be able to see any videos on it. But I got it mostly shut down. And I got couple more things I got to do here. Now this will actually, I think, will blank me out here. This next thing that I have to do. All right, I'm going to go back to my main thing here. All right. Oh, that loaded up on its own. How about that? Okay. Oh shit, I think I made a mistake here. Yeah, I made a mistake. I have to do this whole process over again. God damn it. All right. All right, let's just take a second here. This shouldn't be it. Now I know how to do it. Okay, I know this is kind of shitty content here, but I'm sorry. This is how I gotta kind of type on here without really talking. So sorry about that. You can just if you're probably watching this on a VOD if you're watching it at all. So you can just skip ahead through all this part until we actually get to the part where I'm doing the coding. So. Yeah, if you're just joining us, what I'm doing right now is I'm reconfiguring something here on my website, doubletribble.com, because I'm going to do some changes to it. And if you clicked on my thing here to find out what your sexagesimal quotient was, I'm going to explain that in just a second too. So, all right. Is the stream still going? Yes, I think it is. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the stream is still going. Amazing. All right, so I've got this. The website is down right now. More or less. Hi, Sydney. How are you? Thank you for joining the stream. On my last stream, I set up a website because I got tired of YouTube taking down my videos for dumb reasons, and whatever. I got tired got tired of YouTube, so I made my own YouTube site. I did that last stream. I made that up, and so today I'm just making some changes to it, and so that's where we're at. This is what the website looks like. But the videos aren't playing right now because I shut it down so I could do some stuff with it. So now I got to figure out how to, if I can remember how to get to that. I got to bring up a terminal here. Okay, that worked. Alright, I gotta plug in this thing here. So I'm basically doing a bunch of technical stuff right now to get this set up here. It wasn't stuff that I could really do ahead of time because I wanted to actually show off the site. And to do that, to show off the site, I had to have the site still working. But to work on the site, I had to shut the site down, and that took a bunch of technical stuff. That's what I was doing. All right, let's see if I can mount that. Let's see, I gotta do some crazy stuff here. Okay, good, it's there. All right. All right, and now let me see if I can make it so it will show you guys what I'm doing. No, that didn't work. Yeah, that worked, didn't it? Yeah, but it's really small for some reason. Let's see here. There, now you can see it. Okay. That's too big now. Alright, we don't need it that big. There we go. Alright. So what this is here is this is a what they call a command line interface. This is the kind of the bowels of the computer. Let me go to chat here. Sounds good. Subscribe to subscribe for 2. Oh, you subscribed again. Oh my goodness, Sydney, thank you very much. Yeah, you really don't have to do that, Sydney. This is I appreciate it. Can't stay, but wanted to stop by and do the resub. Got it. I appreciate it, Sydney. I appreciate it. Yeah, you don't have to do that because I'm not really doing this for money. But yeah, I understand. If you want to use the emotes, that's how they have it set up. The animated emotes require you to sub, I guess, if you want to use them on other stuff. Okay, so we're in the command line interface here, and I have to try to find the. Let's see here. I'm going to shut this off for a second because I want to do some. I don't want to dox what I'm doing here because I don't want to give away too much information about what my computer looks like here. Okay, so I gotta go to there. All right, it's gonna do it anyway. That doesn't matter. It's okay. I don't have that much stuff here. All right. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but. I don't think that matters. Yeah, that does matter actually. I shouldn't do that. Sorry, I'm doing some more technical stuff here, trying to get this set up. I know it's not very compelling content, but I'm trying to get this set up here. Failed to open. Okay, that's good. All right, that's what we want. Right now, it might not let me do this from here. Operation not permitted. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I'm going to try something else here. All right. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing because I can't show you what I'm doing because otherwise it would dox what my system. So for security reasons and all that. Let's see, SD. All right. So what I got to do here is make another change. All right. Is that right? No, I don't think that's right. Okay, yeah, that's what I got to read the error messages and then I know what I did wrong. All right, I still got to type a few more magic words in here to make this work. All right, yeah, it's kind of boring, I know. Oh, all right, be right back. Something ain't working here. And I don't know why. I'll be damned. Alright, the stream might go down here for a second. But hopefully I'll be able to recover. So it'll just take a second for this to work. Alright. That's kind of a problem. I think I just screwed up. That's okay. Can always recover, right? All right. So this, you notice that the stream froze for a little bit, and I think on the VOD it might do the same thing. I'm not sure what it's going to look like on the VOD, but so I'm going to disappear here. It'll probably freeze for a little bit, and then come back. Or it might go blank, but it should only be for 30 seconds or something like that. So we'll be right back. Oh shoot! Okay. I don't know if I. Yeah, it's still working, I guess. Boy, that really froze in a goofy looking picture, didn't it? So this, if you're watching live, the stream is going to be delayed by a minute or two. All right, so I'm going to disappear here again for a minute. So hang on just a second. There, finally. All right. Okay, I think I got it now. Not sure if I'm back or not. I think I am. We'll see. Damn. All right. All right, so now I can put that back up here again. And there we go. So this is the all right, let me check my mic, make sure I still have a mic. It's so this is the what the files look like on the website. Okay, it's oops. So we've got basically a whole bunch of image or video files, right? A whole bunch of those, and a bunch of JPEGs also, and there are also a couple of HTML files in there. The main page and then basically page the main page and page 2. And so what happens is there's a program, a bash script that runs, that generates the whole site based on the pages that are already there. If there are video files there, it makes them, or if there are thumbnails there, it uses those, or if it doesn't, it generates its own or whatever. So I'll let you look at the what the page looks like. This is what it looks like. There's a whole bunch of code in there, and this is all written. This entire page is written by the computer, running a bash script, running a program, and the program that it runs was written by an AI. So it's pretty cool. Part of it anyway. And so this is what it looks like. It's basically just a whole bunch of video files and stuff, and then the stuff at the bottom, at the bottom of the page. All right. So what we want to do is we want to edit the that little bash script, that little program, to make it do different stuff if we want the site to look different. So let me bring that up in a little nano editor. It's just a basic little editor. So that's the name of the program, what I named it. And these comments at the beginning. What I can do is when I get this maybe a little bit better, I'll just put this code somewhere where people can download it if they want to do their own site. You can put it on your own server and run this script or run the script anywhere actually, and put the files up on your server, and it will make a website that looks like YouTube's website, but you don't have to mess with YouTube anymore. So let's see. So at the very beginning here, it has some variables set that explain or that tell it where to put all these files, and it basically puts the main like the HTML files and the video files. It's just going to put them in this same directory, and in thumbnails it says it's going to put them in a directory called thumbnails. So yeah, that's it. This meta file, that's not really working. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know if it's working, but I'd have to set up a meta file and see if it would read it properly. And I don't think it's. I'm not going to use that feature right now. So probably doesn't work. I don't think the computer did that right, but the AI program, the AI wrote the thing, right? And I don't think it wrote that part correctly. All right, let's see here. So let me see if, whoops, shit. Let me see what we got here in terms of directories. Lost and found. So I don't think there are any, oh, there they were, thumbnails, okay. Let's see. Okay, so it does have thumbnails in there, in the thumbnails. Okay. So I guess it has them here too, though, also. I guess that's okay. No, that's mostly. Oops. Start JPEG. God God damn. Okay, so it's just some spurious little thing I have in there. So all the thumbnails are in a directory called thumbnails, and everything else is let's see here. Is that how you do that? Videos. Videos is the other one that's. But I don't think there are any videos in the video. Yeah, there's nothing in there. So basically what it's going to do is it'll set up, when I run the script, it'll put the videos in this main directory. It'll put the thumbnails in the thumbnail directory. And style sheet, I guess, will be in this directory too. All right, so let's edit that. Oh, I'm tired. All right, this is probably a stupid idea to do this when I'm so tired, but that's okay. All right, so all right, so it's going to put thumbnails over there, right? Style sheet's going to put it in the main one. Video is going to put it in the main one. So we're all set. All right, so this is what it says at the beginning, right? You can see how that works. It puts all this stuff into variables that end up getting output to the index.html page and the page2.html. Let's see. Some of the things that I wanted to change here was loading, right? I wanted to do lazy loading on some of them. All right, the banner, I want that to be loading. Let's see here, loading eager. I spell eager, E-A-G-E-R. Okay, yeah. So that will load the banner first. That's really all I have to do. Yeah, I could get the other stuff to load. Yeah, see the problem is I'd have to I'd have to set up a different element for the things. I'll just make sure that the banner loads first. That's good enough. I think that'll work. Oh wait, I'll make the other ones lazy. Yeah, that'll work. All right, let's see. Video item. I'll make this one lazy. I hope I'm doing this syntax right. Should probably look that up. See if I'm doing that right. Let me look that up here. Okay. Let's see. I think the W3 has that. I got to change this same thing here so it looks better. A little bit better? No. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. So what I want to look up here is how that lazy loading thing works. Lazy. Let's see. Lazy. Oh, Jesus. I ended up on a fucking YouTube site. How did I do that? Why did it do that? God damn. Oh, shit. Okay, I see what I did wrong. My God. W3. Jesus Christ. All right. All right, that's what I want. All right, video tag. No, I'm going to search for lazy up here and see what it says. Lazy loading image attribute. There we go. Now let's tell you, that's lazy loading. That took forever to load that thing up. All right, let's see. Ah, see, I did do it wrong. Okay. And it's an image. Yeah, it's an image. It's not a CSS thing. It's an HTML thing. Okay, so I totally screwed it up. All right, I'm glad I checked because I thought I had that right. All right. So let's see. Let me look here now. So it's got to be loading equal eager or lazy. An image. Okay. All right, so let me find this. Let me get rid of this shit because this is not right. And I had another one up here somewhere. That's not right. I thought for sure there was a CSS thing. So all right, well, that's okay. All right, so down here, where it's actually, so the program, the CSS is all just fixed, right? That's just a style sheet, right? And that's just fixed for the whole thing. But the HTML, that gets written out on the fly as the thing runs. Oh shit, did I lose my, I don't know if I'm still streaming or not. Goes on here. Can you hear me, Big Ducky Snow? Am I still on streaming? Yeah, I think there's a delay, so. All right. I don't know. I think I'm still streaming. Not sure. All right. So yeah, what we're doing here, Stephen, is I built a website like YouTube, my own YouTube website, and I did that up during my last stream, and now I'm going back and I'm making some changes to it. So, fixing some features and stuff, and making changes to it. And it's all, it's this code that you got to write. All right, so here here's the big loop. It says for file in list the directory and find all the video files in the directory. That's what that is. That's the big loop. And so for every video file in there, it does all this stuff. And first it figures out what the name of the title of it is based on the title of the file. And it actually pulls the title of the video out of the title that's in the video file. Oh, you can't hear me. Good. There's about a 1 minute delay. There's a huge delay on here on the stream. So sorry about that. So if you type something in or do anything, it's going to take about a minute or two for me to respond, even if I see it right away. So sorry about that. It's let's see. So duration. Yeah, it uses FF probe. This program called FF probe to get the duration. And the way it was set up here, I'll talk about this a little bit. This is the title of my stream is what's your sexagesimal quotient? And a quotient, you know what a quotient is, right? That's what you get when you divide two numbers, right? You divide a number into another number is the quotient. And the way this thing was set up originally, you read it right here. It says FF probe, and it has all these magic words in here. And it says show these entries from the video, and show the thing under the format section. That's the duration. So it's trying to figure out what is the duration of the video. That's what this line does. This thing that says FF probe here. Can I make this? I'm going to try to make this a little bit longer. I have the text pretty big for people who can't see very well, but I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so we can fit it on here better. You see that? I think that's a little bit better, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little bit more breathing room there. So this was the original line that the computer wrote. The AI wrote this program. I don't mind if you need to take your time to reply to things while I write. Okay, great. Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you, Stephen. Appreciate you lurking this or joining us here on the stream. So this was the original line that the AI wrote, right? So I told the AI, I went to the AI, I said, AI, write me a program that will generate a website for me. And it wrote this bash script. And this line was in the original program that it wrote. And this line says, go to FF Probe, which is a utility that's part of the FF utilities. You know, there's a whole bunch of them there. FFmpeg and a whole bunch of other ones. And this is one of them, FF Probe. And it says select stream 0. There's only one stream of my videos, right? V-error, I think that means don't print any errors or something. Show entries. Format duration. That means that part right there means this is what you want to show. Show me the duration of the video. And then this OF means output format. OF means output format. And it says use the default format, but don't print a whole bunch of other stuff that it normally prints if you just type it in from the command line. So all it will output is the duration in seconds. That's what this whole thing does. Is it outputs the duration of the video in seconds. And then the other lines that it had here is it had to figure out a whole bunch of stuff. It had to figure out frames per second. Was that? I don't know if that was in there in the original one. Maybe it was. But it had to figure out what the duration is per second or seconds for the whole video, how many seconds the whole video was. Then it had to do all these calculations here to figure out what the minutes and seconds and hours were of the video. And it's kind of convoluted here. It had to take a modulo and it had to divide and it had to, and this is, if you have seconds and you want to figure out hours, minutes, seconds, then you got to get, it's called a base 60. You have to divide everything by 60, so like seconds, there's 60 seconds in a minute, there's 60 minutes in an hour. That's how it works. And that base 60, when you're doing things by 60, that's called sexagesimal. And then it goes way, way back. The Sumerians figured it out, I think, or the Babylonians or somebody. Sumerians, I think it was. Their numbering system was a base 60. And it just stuck for thousands of years. We ended up with it for our minutes and seconds. And so, Oh, am I frozen here? Oh, shit. All right, I don't know if I'm frozen or not. All right, am I frozen? We don't know. Looks good here. Sorry, technical issues here. Got to get this figured out. I don't know if this is if this stream is going out or not right now. Click, 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 wait for the thing to load. Click, click, wait, wait, wait. That's what I'm doing. Wait, wait, wait. Stream health. Okay, it says that everything is healthy here. But for some reason, the little computer here I have monitoring my stream is saying that it's not working. So I don't know. I don't know if live viewers are seeing what I'm doing or not. And I don't know if it's getting into the VOD or not. It says I'm not doing a commercial, so I don't know. All right, I think I'm going to assume that it's working. So, okay, back to this. So anyway, that's where the term sexagesimal comes from, and so the sexagesimal quotient is just divide by 60, whatever you got, whatever the remainder, the answer that you get, and the remainder, and all that, and that's how you figure out minutes, seconds, and hours on your video. And I think the program actually did it wrong here because it's when I looked at it, it didn't look like it was right. And actually, when I ran it the way the computer had written it first, and the times were coming up wrong. And and I think during the stream I was looking at that, and I said, oh, it looks like this FF Probe program won't give you minutes, hours, minutes, and seconds. It'll only give you seconds. But that isn't true. I looked it up, and it turns out it does have an option that will give you hours, minutes, and seconds directly from the FF Probe thing. So I changed that. Instead of having this FF Probe command that the AI program put in there. Excuse me. Got another one? No, I guess not. All right. I changed it, and I added this little thing that says sexagesimal, which is the little flag you put into the command that will tell it to, instead of returning seconds, it will return hours, minutes, seconds with colons in between it, which is exactly what we wanted, and that's what we want to show up on the website, and that's what we're using. That's what I end up using, exactly what it gives me. And I put an echo in here to as a just a troubleshooter or whatever, debugger. So, and I put right in here, the length is the duration that I get from it. The duration that it returns has a fractional seconds, though. So that gets stripped off if it's there. But otherwise, it's just, you just take it straight off. So, and that worked, and I ran it, and it worked just fine. So I just commented it out, all this crap that the AI program had put in there, had written. And just went with the line that I wrote in there. But then when I started screwing around with the thing that pulls the thumbnails off of there, it goes into the video and it pulls out a thumbnail to display. To have any flexibility with that, I needed to know how many seconds there was anyway in the thing. So there were two ways I could do that. I could either run this FFF probe command again and run it once with the sexagesimal flag and run it again without it, and the first, and then I'd get hours, minutes, and seconds in one variable. I'd get seconds in another variable. The problem is that the program takes about a second or two to run, which is really slow in computer time. So that wouldn't work. That's too much time. So I thought about it, and there's first is there's pulling out the hours, minutes, and seconds just from the the thing with the colon, right? Hour, colon, minute, colon, seconds, right? And that's pretty easy using this parameter function in Bash. Anyway. I don't know. I won't get into that, but it's just a positional parameter. You just say, give me the last two characters, give me the middle two characters, give me the first two characters, whatever, and it does it that way. I think there's an easier way to do that actually, by using a variable assignment, changing the IFS variable to a colon, and then using a variable assignment with multiple variables. But that's okay. This works. I'm not gonna. That's not a big deal. It just would look cleaner, a little bit cleaner. So I figured. Let's see. Did I? Oh, you know what? This is not. Yeah. So this is. So here's what I did. I thought I was so clever. I said, well, okay, there were a couple ways I could get the seconds out of the hours, minutes, and seconds. I could multiply, the hours by 3,600 and the minutes by 60, and then add seconds, and then that would tell me how many seconds there were. It'd be a one-line thing, but, I thought, I'll be real clever here. I'll use the date command. The date command has an option on it where you can tell it to ask for the date, not what the date is, the current date right now, but you can give it an arbitrary time to bring a date. So in other words, you can say, give me date, 1 day ago, or give me a date for a specific date, and type in a date, or and that's what I did. I took the length of the thing, and it's kind of convoluted, but what I did is I took the length. I had to use the parameter for returning epoch seconds. This is if you don't understand this stuff, it's going to be hard to follow this. But the date command in Linux uses epoch seconds, and epoch seconds means the number of seconds since January 1st of 1970. Don't ask me why they did that way, but so that's, and they call it epoch seconds. And so what I thought, okay, if you took epoch seconds of hour, minute, seconds, and fed it in that way, then that would tell you how many seconds there were, so many hours and minutes and seconds since midnight on January 1st, 1970. But I had trouble with that because of the time zone. If you're not in UTC time zone, that gets confused. And to fix that, I put a second date in here, which was anyway. I did this big convoluted thing here to figure out how many the duration of the thing in seconds. In other words, to convert from hours, minutes, and seconds, I make 2 calls to the date command, which is very inefficient, and I want to change that. Basically, when I did it, I was so proud of myself that I had figured this out, but it's really a stupid way to do it. And it's even stupider because I could do this with only 1 call to the date command by actually specifying UTC here. I could put in a U in here and get rid of this, and that would do the same thing. But the date command actually takes a long time anyway to do. So I'm going to get rid of that date command altogether. And what I'm going to do is just type in some math, just arithmetic to do it. So let's see, we've got, I want to take hours times 3600 plus minutes times 60 plus seconds. That's it, just seconds. So that should tell me exactly. I mean, that should figure it out, right? That's pretty straightforward. I'm taking this $hours is the number of hours in the video, right? Hours, minutes, seconds. If it's at least an hour long, that's going to be 1, 2, or whatever, how many ever hours, plus minutes, plus seconds. And hours, there's 3,600 minutes, seconds in an hour, 3,600 seconds in an hour. So I multiply hours times 3,600. There's 60 seconds in a minute, so I multiply minutes times 60, and just add seconds onto that, and that'll tell me the total duration in seconds of the video. How many seconds there are in the video. So that'll work a lot faster, and it's better. It's a little bit easier if somebody wants to look at the code and figure out what it's doing. So I'll change that, and let me change my. I don't even know if I even need to comment here. I don't even think I need this comment here. It's self-explanatory, that code, so I don't need to put a comment there. All right, so there we go. So I think these are pretty clear, right? Maybe I should put a comment in here. What that's doing. Whoops. Jesus. All right. Yeah. Note to self: don't try programming when you're freaking so tired you can't even type. All right. So. Very verbose here. The next lines. All right, I think that's clear. And I'll put a space here. There we go. Okay, so that was one thing I wanted to do, is to fix that. Oh, what else were we doing? We were also trying to get the lazy loading, right? We made that other one eager. Now we want to make all the other videos lazy. All right, that was another thing that we were trying to do. God damn, my thing's failed again. I'm going to do a little. Okay, I'm looking at chat here. And I don't have a goddamn mouse on this machine, so it's going to be impossible. But all right, don't mind if you need to take your time. Okay. So Big Ducky Snow said about 10 minutes ago. He said, 15 minutes ago. He said, I'm going to do a little away from keyboarding and read my Bible. Many thanks for explaining what's involved in this website script. It's always been beyond me, but thanks to you, I understand rather well. God bless my Debbie buddy. I shall return in roughly 30 minutes. Okay, yes, Stephen, thank you for listening to this. I know it's difficult if you don't understand programming to listen to this stuff when it doesn't make any sense to you. It's kind of hard to understand and all that. So, all right, hopefully I can get my other computer here working. Maybe not. Okay, but the other seems to be going still. So, all right. Damn, why is this not? Just close all that. Let's see. Ads. Yeah, I don't know about ads. All right, so here we are. Generate page. Here's the code that says generate the page. Found an index. It's going to be. There right now. There are two of them. Right. Index is going to be the first page, and each subsequent page is going to be page 1, page 2, page 3, depending upon how many videos I have in the thing. All right, so okay, this archive is just so I don't overwrite stuff that's already there. And then this is the beginning section, the banner section, the profile, all that. And the banner, I think I already changed that, didn't I? Did I say? No, I didn't change that yet. Okay, so we got to come up here. We have to say lazy loading here. Right in here. Loading equal. No, I want to say eager here. This one we want to be eager. All right. Did that work? It's not colorizing it correctly, so maybe I screwed something up here. Okay, I gotta escape out those quotes. Okay, there we go. All right, so loading equal eager, so that should work for the banner. It should load the banner first, and then profile. That's I don't really care. I guess I should do that. The profile image first too. All right. I should do that. That was loading okay anyway without any problem, but because it's such a small image. But I guess I should do that. I don't know what the default is. I think the default might even be different with different browsers, so I guess I should be explicit here. All right. Yeah, I'm just using this goofy Nano. I like using Nano. I don't know why. I never really liked using all these these editors that have a gazillion features in them. Let's see. All right, so so that'll load quickly too. And in the other ones here, now then it gets down to, okay, the nav bar, right? Which isn't even a bar. It's just, all right, let's see. Now, here it is, video gallery section. All right, so let's get some video preload equal none. That was something that I added here. The AI program, when it wrote it, it didn't have preload equal none here, and it was loading each video. It was trying to load 60 different videos all at the same time that were like a gigabyte each, you know. So it was crashing my browser. It was taking forever to load and everything. So that was something I fixed. Okay, navigation at bottom. Okay, so we got right in here somewhere. Okay. Poster, preload none. I'm lost here. Jesus. There it is. Okay. That's the video file. Poster equal poster. Okay. Now I don't know if now this is interesting. I wonder if this will work. I wonder if that lazy thing will work on the poster of the video tag there. Okay, I'm gonna look that up here real quick. All right, so I got to change my window. All right, and readjust because I don't have this set up right. All right, so I'm going to look up here. Oh, there's the video tag right here. I've got it. I got the video tag right here. Let's see if it has a lazy and poster preload. It doesn't have a loading attribute. But I thought that was that attribute could be used on every single tag. Let's see here. Let me look up image. Yeah, see, it doesn't even have that in here. All right, let me look up loading. Oh man, this is slow. Okay, how to create loading buttons. Loading attribute. Okay, that's the image loading. I don't know if that's even going to work. Should load an image immediately. I think that only works with the image tag. And the poster, the thumbnails, are loaded from the video tag. So that's kind of a drag. I tell them not to preload, but that's the video part of it that doesn't preload. Shoot. I can try putting it in there, I guess, and see what... see what it does. Let me see what they got here. Autoplay, right? Controls, right? Height, loop, muted, poster. Specifies an image to be shown while the video is downloading or until the user hits the play button. Preload. Specifies if and how the author thinks the video should be loaded when the page loads it. Okay, so I already have that set to none. Source URL. Specify URL of the video file. Width of the video player. So yeah, it doesn't say that the loading is an attribute on it. Although it doesn't say loading is an attribute of the image thing either. I guess I can just type it in there and see if it breaks. That's all I can think of. It's not documented as a thing, but we'll see. And and that's a browser thing anyway, you know. Maybe all the browsers won't support it. I don't know, but I'll just try it and see if it breaks. Okay, so where are we here? We're at video, poster. Okay, so I'll type it in here, but it might break. Let's see, I want to say lazy here, right? Not sure, that might break it, but I'm going to put it in there anyway. Because really I'm telling that to only load, right? I'm talking about just the video. Yeah, another thing that's going to affect this is the is that thing I wanted to do with the hover over it and make it do the thing, but I'm too tired to even think about that right now. My brain is just freaking not working at all right now. So I'm gonna skip that part, but I'm gonna try this other. I'm gonna try this loading lazy thing to see if it breaks. And unfortunately, I can't. Let's see. I guess I can do that all here locally to see if that breaks. All right. What else did I wanted to do? I think that was it. I put contact down here somewhere. Let's see here. Site generated. Here we are. Privacy. User data. All right. Should I put that as a separate thing? I'll just echo. Oops. What is that? Is that a... That's a single quote, okay. I think that's centered. So let's see. Contact. Let's see. What do we want to say there? Webmaster. Webmaster at doubletribble.com. I guess. No, that'll get spammed out right away. Can say contact. Admin. Yeah, see all those common names just get spammed out right away. You just they go through all the domains and then they just send it to, admin, whatever. All right, let's see here. Let's see, web. All right, we got an ad starting, so if you're watching live, it's going to cut out here for a little bit, and I'll just type this in here while it's playing the ad. Why didn't that? Oh, I tried to draw. That's still not right. Why is that doing that? It's not colorizing that correctly for some reason. I don't see what I did wrong there. Why that should? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I didn't close my quote. There we go. All right. Right, and I didn't put it in as an actual email, so maybe that would be harder for the bots to find. Probably not. I don't know. All right, so that was some stuff that I wanted to change. So we made some changes there. So I'll let's see what I'll do here now. I'll close this up, and then I'll run this little program and see if it generates stuff properly. Right? Just do it. Gen dt html .sh. All right, so we're back from the ads. I think we're back from the ads. So I made my changes to the program and made the fixes that I wanted to fix. And now I am going to run the program and see if it generates my website or if it complains to me and gives me error messages and stuff. So that's what we're going to do now. So here we go. There we go. All right. So it complained, which usually happens, right? Cannot move something to something. Permission denied. Okay, that's a permission error. All right. It doesn't want to write. I'm not running as the same user that did it, so it's telling me the wrong position. Okay. Permission denied. Begin reading video files from directory. Cannot access no such file or directory. So it's a permission thing. It doesn't have the right permission on that drive. Let's see here. I think that gives me everything. Stokey. Root. There it is. Okay, so it's got so it doesn't. I don't have write permission to thumbnails there. Or videos. Or the style sheet. Or probably those other ones up top. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I can change the, in order to run this thing, I guess I can change the permissions on everything. I don't want to change user on them. Alright. Okay, I gotta do that. I gotta do that, I gotta do that in secret mode. If it'll let me do it. I don't think it'll let me do it from here. I gotta. So this is the stream is gonna freeze again for a second while I do these, type in these magic words. So I gotta do that. The stream will freeze for a little bit here. I don't know if that broke my stream or not. Let me see if I got video here or audio. All right, in any case, all right, I'm just going to try running it again and see if that fixed it. How can that be? How can permission be denied? Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay. Okay, I have to move the videos to the video directory. Permission denied. Why would that not give me permission here? I don't understand. Ah, okay. All right. Begin reading video files from directory and access videos. No such file or directory. CD. Ah, okay. I see what happened. Okay, so in order to make this run, I have to put all of the videos into this video directory because that's the directory that's set up to use. Okay, so I think I moved them over there. Let me double check just to make sure. Videos. All right, there they are. Okay. All right, so we're going to try running that puppy again one more time. Oh shit, look at that, it's working. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's got some errors, but it did work. Line 233, command not found. Hen. I don't know what that is. All right, so I've got a typo in there on line 233. On line 252, it's telling me it's got an error with that. Okay, that's just the last one. Okay, that's not a problem, I don't think. All right, the rest of it looks okay, I think. All right, so line 233 and 252 or 233, I gotta fix. So. Oops. All right, what are we doing here? Why is this not working? Jesus. Are you kidding? Wait, they changed the, I'll be damned. All right. They changed the little command there for, okay, so it says that, okay, I see what the problem is here. All right, that wasn't even a damn command to begin with. It wasn't even supposed to execute at all anyway. All right, let's try running it again. Okay, I couldn't tell. Are there any errors? It doesn't look like there are any errors otherwise in there now. Except that last one. And that's probably, I'm pretty sure that's just an artifact from the way that it loops. All right, so I guess we can look and see. Okay, we don't have anything here. All right. So if I go over to thumbnails, let's see if what it did to those. All right, didn't even write those. If I have the right date in here. Yeah, it didn't even write the thumbnails at all because they are already there. So I didn't really test that, did I? I should probably delete some of those files and then test that. And the videos, okay, those are still there. Didn't break those. All right. So now the big one is the actual page here. I did write the page. Oh, let me see if that's. Okay, it did write that. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, that looks good. It does have the loading lazy in there for the video. So it wrote the HTML, but we don't know if that loading lazy thing is going to work or not for the video items. The banner says loading eager, and that hopefully will work because it says that should work at least. But the loading lazy on the video tag poster, we're not sure if that's going to work or not. Right? So we get all those in there. Oh, it doesn't have enough of them. Okay, that's a problem. I don't see enough of the videos in there. Yeah, it says 12 videos. See that up there? So something screwed up. It only did 12 videos for some reason. Let's see what it looks like here. Just for kicks. Where's this USB drive? Let's see. Okay, so let me show you what was going on here. Can you see that? So I ran the script, and it said, and it only gave me 12 videos for some reason. And it's giving me this error here on the last one for some reason. It's not calculating. It's trying to calculate something that isn't there probably or something. I don't know what that is. Oh no, wait, it's now that's a real video. Look at that. But for some reason it's not doing the last one correctly. And it only did 12 videos. And so I just loaded it here, which I'll show you. So it didn't load the banner. See, it didn't load the banner properly. And all we changed in that was that loading attribute. So it's probably getting confused about that. Profile image, same thing, right? So this browser does not know about that, or maybe I did a typo in that on that loading parameter, and the video appears to be just ignoring that parameter because it's loading the videos. But it's not. It's only giving me 12 videos. And I don't know if it's getting the, yeah, okay, yeah, those durations look correct. Because those were test streams, yeah, I don't know, wait. No, that looks wrong too, actually. Let's see here. No, I guess that's right. Okay. Yeah, so I guess so I got to figure out why it's not, what change I made in there that is causing it to not only do 12 videos, which is real weird. And then that lazy loading thing is not going to work, it looks like, unless I did a typo of some sort. But I'm starting to lose my I'm getting really tired here. So it's kind of stupid to, yeah, for me anyway, it's stupid for me to try to keep keep coding when I'm so tired, you know. Just can't think straight. All right, so let me just check that. Just to see if I type something in wrong. Oh wait, we already checked that, right? We looked at the we looked at this. Right there at the beginning, it says image source. See where I'm looking at there? Image source, Big Bang, better. Alt banner, class banner, loading, eager. Now, did I do a typo on the eager? I'm going to look that up really quick here. Let's see if I typed that in correctly. E-A-G-E-R. 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 And it's loading equals, and the thing in quotes. So that's right. It's either my browser doesn't know about that, or something. Let me try loading it. I'm going to try loading that on another browser here just for kicks. No, I can't do that anyway. No. All right, so it's it looks like it's in there properly, but for some reason the browser is not loading that. Let's see if I screwed anything else up here. Let me look at this again. All right, image source equal alt banner. It's putting up the banner. Oh, I know. It's a PNG. I mean, the PNG file might not be there. That might be the problem. Ah, okay. So maybe that got moved over with the thumbnails? I don't know. It was there when we started, remember? All right. I'm starting here. Everything has a name. Start PNG. God damn, did I delete it by mistake or something? Damn. I'm pretty sure it was there when we started. Okay, but that's why it's not showing up then. Damn. All right, let me see if I can find that elsewise here. No. Damn. God, I'm pretty sure it was there. I may have left it on another machine or something. All right. Well, I'm getting too tired to continue here, so. God, unfortunately, I might not be able to get my website back up now that I changed that. But all right. Well. Okay. I think we're going to wrap this up here. All right. So yeah, I'm just too tired to code this thing. I'm just too tired to continue. So I will get some sleep. I'll probably wake up in a couple hours and I'll fix it offline. So the website will probably be up by morning, I would think. We'll see. See how long I sleep. All right. Well, we did a little bit of things there. We found out that I know what didn't work. Right. We figured out that the that loading thing is probably not going to work on the videos, on the video stuff, right? It's just gonna load them all at the same time anyway. So that's kind of a problem anyway. So even if we get the eager, it might put flagging that banner image and the profile image as eager. If it actually works, might make the thing load faster. We'll see. And then I'll figure out what the problem is with this only putting up 12 videos. So, all right, I guess that's it. Yeah, I didn't think there's something else I wanted to talk about, but that's pretty complicated. Everybody, make sure you wear your N95 mask whenever you're in public. People are still dying from COVID and the flu. So whenever you're in public, you need to wear an N95 mask and make sure it says N95 on the mask when you know the deal, right? You know what an N95 mask is, I hope, by now. All right. Everybody take care, and we will see you next stream. Bye-bye.